Hello guys, good evening everyone. Welcome to the session and welcome back to the India's most comprehensive preparation platform, that is the BYJU'S Exam Prep. Yes guys, very good evening, and we are live with a small and a crisp session, but very important I believe, because last year, if I want to talk about the GATE 2022, yes, just a moment. Yes. So if we talk about GATE 2022, there were MSQ question from mathematics in every branch, right? In every branch, be it electronics, be it computer science, be it mechanical, be it civil. Only there were no MSQs in electrical. Actually, electrical, there were no MSQs at all, whether it is maths or technical. So I thought maths has produced good number of MSQs in the last year, so definitely in this GATE 2023 also we may expect the MSQs from math. Let's collectively, so this session is going to give you the collection of all MSQ of GATE 2022 of all branches, of course, because it is common. So that is the advantage I want to give you. Let us have a MSQ learnings of all different branches, be it civil or mechanical or EC or EE or CS. Okay, we'll take up the MSQ collection from all. Right, okay, Rajshri. Chalo, great guys, very good evening. So let's get started because it's almost the end game. It's 1st February today, so let us not spend much time. Let's try to cover up the session quickly. And this is the brief intro about me. You already know. Just one important update that for those who are going to appear for GATE 24, that is if you know your juniors or friends who are going to appear for GATE 24, so next scholarship test which can help them get up to 90% scholarship on GATE preparation program, it is on the 7th of February, that is the next Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. on the BYJU'S Exam Prep app. Also guys, the GATE examination first weekend is on 4th and 5th February, right? So for all branches, EE, ECCS, as well as mechanical and civil. Civil is of course on 12th. Okay, but we are coming live, okay, with the detailed analysis. Okay, for suppose if your paper is in forenoon session like electrical and computer science, if your session is in the forenoon session, we'll come live at 1 p.m. and for the afternoon papers, which is mechanical and electronics, we are going to come live at 6 p.m. Afternoon paper gets over by 5:30. We are coming live at 6 p.m. and in this exam analysis, we'll talk about the solutions, okay, the expected cutoff, okay, the toppers rank, the difficulty level, weightage, subject wise, all those we are going to give you in this particular, all this information we'll give you in this particular session. Okay, so just stay updated and do not forget to subscribe the channel. So we are going to meet once again on the GATE exam day. And now guys, here it is. Tonight I have one more session on YouTube. Okay, so that is of course for ECEEIN, and that is the Super 11 questions. Okay, that is a Super 11 question of control systems. Correct? The Super 11 questions of control systems. The Super 11 questions of control systems. Tonight at 9 p.m. for ECEEIN IN students. So guys, first question, have a look into this. I've specified the branch also for very clarity. This question was then asked in civil for 1 mark. The civil branch for 1 mark. The matrix M is defined as M is equal to 1, 3, 4, 2 and has the eigenvalues 5 and -2. Now dekho, it's a simple 2 cross 2 matrix and we all can calculate the eigenvalues. We all can calculate the eigenvalues, but still they have given the eigenvalues. Okay, so that means question is not on eigenvalue calculation but on property. The matrix Q, okay, is formed as MQ is MQ minus 4M square minus 2M. Which of the following is or are the eigenvalues of the matrix A? Very simple question it is. Okay, because we know that simple point to be applied here, if A has an eigenvalue lambda, A raised to the power n will have the eigenvalue lambda raised to the power n. Okay, so now when I want to talk about the matrix Q, the first eigenvalue will be okay, 5 को ले लेते हैं, तो 5Q minus 4 into 5 square minus 2 into 5. So see dear, whatever algebra you apply on the matrix, same is to be applied on eigenvalue. So first of the eigenvalue is 125 minus 100 and minus 10. So this is left as 25 and then further 10. This is 15. Okay. And second वाले की अगर हम बात करेंगे, so that is minus 2. So minus 2 का whole cube minus 4 into minus 2 square minus 2 into minus 2 and that is minus 8. Minus 16 and plus 4. So this looks like This looks like -8, -16. Yeah, so this is -20. Okay, so what is the option correct, dear? What is the option that is the correct? Yes, one of them is 15 and one of them is the -20. Eigenvalue, eigenvector best. One of them is the 15, one of them is the -20. A and C is the very correct answer. Okay, A and C is the very correct answer. Moving ahead to the next. Okay, next question. Again, Civil 2022 1 mark question, MSQ. P and Q are two square matrices of the same order. Which of the following statement is or are correct? Fundamental property, fundamental question, right? Whenever matrices are invertible, you can calculate their inverse, and P into Q whole inverse is Q inverse P inverse, and QP whole inverse is reverse P inverse Q inverse. So these two are definitely correct. Now, when a matrix, I think there is a typo error here. ये तो wrong है, right? If P and Q are non-invertible, I think there is a typo error. I'm sure question is something like this. If P and Q are non-invertible, okay, if P and Q are non-invertible, guys, a correction in the option number D. Okay, if P and Q are non-invertible, then PQ whole inverse. No, then you can't calculate their inverse. So there is no role of this property actually. So D is not correct. C ने क्या बोला है? PQ inverse is P inverse Q inverse. No, it goes in the reverse order. So what are the only correct answers? Is A and B. MSQ question से the correct answer is A and B. ठीक है sir. Next question. Which of the following, computer science 2 marks. This was asked in computer science 2 marks. Which of the following is or are the eigenvectors for the matrix given below? Okay. Eigenvectors verify करना है. Okay, for the matrix given below. So how you are going to just verify the eigenvectors? How you are going to verify these eigenvectors? We know that for eigenvector, if x is an eigenvector, it should always satisfy Ax equal to lambda x. It should always satisfy what? Ax equal to the lambda x. Okay, so if I start with the option number A, -9, -6, -2, -4, -8, -6, -3 and -1, 20 and 15 and 8 and 5 and 32, 21, 7, 12. This is whole multiplied by A option लेते हैं. -1, 1, 0 and 1. Clear? So when I multiply row and column, I'll just give you one hint here. When I multiply row and column, the -9 into 9, take a -6 and -4. So this is -1. Okay. Then 8 -6 बचा कितना 2 and 2 -1 is 1. Okay. Next -20 plus 15 plus 5 तो 0 हो गया. Last row -32 plus 21 plus 12. Right. Plus 21 plus 12. Right. तो कितना हो गया? Plus 33 and 33 minus 32 1. So this is 1, right? So what is the relation you have got? You have got the same thing. So what is the condition that is coming up here? Ax equal to x. So is it an eigenvector? Yes. This is an eigenvector with what eigenvalue? With the corresponding eigenvalue of 1. So they're not asking the eigenvalue, but yeah, still that is the correct one. Clear? Still that is the correct one. Clear? So I hope you can complete this question. I will give you the answer key. Okay, because I am here, I told you that let's make it as a small and effective session so that you get the idea of Maths MSQ of last year. What type of level was asked. The previous two questions you saw were very simple. In fact, with minimum calculation. This one is also simple, but little calculation. You have to check all the options. The correct options, I'll mark down. It is going to be A and the C and the D. A, C, D will be the 3 correct answer. I hope you can rectify C and D. And to ease out, that is why I have given you a hint ki how I have solved A. Similarly, you have to try C and D. Okay, similarly, you have to try the C and D. Okay, any confusion, you can ask me right now. Let's go to the next question. Okay, so let Y be a non-zero vector of the size 2022 cross 1. Okay, 2022 cross 1, only one column. It's a column vector you have to assume. Okay, so let Y be a non-zero vector of the size 2022 cross 1. Which of the following statements is or are true? Civil 2 marks question. Okay, previous one was computer science. This is civil 2 marks question. Ab dekho, which of the following is or are true? So what is that Y first of all? y be a non-zero vector which is of the size 2022 cross 1. It has 2022 rows. It has the 2022 rows. y1, y2, etc. up to y 2022. Let's say these are the terms. Okay, and this is a column matrix. This is a column vector of the size 2022 cross 1. 2022 cross the 1. Clear everybody? Chaliye, done hai. Okay. Now you have the options regarding to y transpose or y transpose y. Okay, or y transpose y. So let's have a look into this. Okay, what is y transpose? This is the y. So sir, what is y into y transpose? So y I have just given you. What is y? That is y1, y2, etc. up to y 2022. Transpose karenge, so this column becomes into the row y1, y2, etc. up to y 2022. Okay, now you multiply this. First row, first column, sir, y1 ka square. First row, second column, y1, y2. ऐसे करोगे ना, first row with all columns there. Then first row, third column, that should be y1, y3, etc. up to y1, y 2022. Then you come to the second row. Second row with first column, sir, y2, y1. Okay, then y2, y2, that is y2 square. Next will be y2 into y3. Next will be y2 and y 2022, etc. Like this, you will come to the last row. That is y 2022 into y1, y 2022 into y2, etc. up to y 2022 whole square. Correct, sir? This is what it is. Okay. This is what it is. Good evening all. Keep joining the class. Okay. Now, whether it is a symmetric matrix, if you want to talk about this, okay, whether this is a symmetric matrix, have a look into this. Na? This is what is the diagonal. Okay, elements above and below the diagonal, y1, y2, y1, y3. यहाँ क्या आएगा? y3, y1. Eventually same. y 2021, y1, y1, y 2021. So a into b is b into a, we know. So all products, okay, all the terms across the diagonals are just forming a mirror image of each other. So yes, it is symmetric. Yes, it is symmetric. Correct? Hai? Clear everyone? This is a symmetric matrix, no doubt. No doubt. Next. Okay. YYT, Y transpose Y बाद में देखने. YYT is invertible and whether that has a rank of 2022. For rank, na, let us take the determinant. It will be very simple to comment on this determinant. Okay, so when I take up the determinant here, na, mod of YY transpose, so it's going to be appearing as the same number mod Y1, Y2. Sorry, the first one was Y1 square, Y1, Y2, etc. y1, y 2022. Okay, then you have y2, y1, y2 ka square up to the y2 and y 2022, etc. y 2022 y1, y 2022 ka square. This is the determinant structure. Now, how to simplify this, dear? You are able to feel that from a determinant, na? You are able to feel that for a determinant, okay. You can take an element common from any row. If there is an element common to a particular row also, you can take that common. So, okay, so let me take y1 common from the first row. Can I say y1 is common to the first row? Similarly, second row, can I say y2 is common? Okay, similarly, third row, y3 is common. Or last row, mein dekhoge, y2022 is common. This is common to all. And then what I am left with? Then what I am left with is y1, y2, y 2022. Okay. Then yahan se y2 common liya. Then I am left with y1, y2, y 2022, etc. From the last row, you take y 2022 common. So you are left with y1, y2, y 2022. Clear, everybody? Clear? So all rows are now identical, and because all rows are identical, the determinant value will be 0. So it is non-invertible. Okay, and it cannot have the full rank. It has a rank of 2022. 0 आते ही ये समझ में आ गया, right? 0 आते ही you are able to understand that, okay, it is not invertible, okay, and there is no full rank here. There is no full rank. Clear? So definitely the option number C is wrong. The option number D is wrong. Okay. Now let's talk about B. YY transpose is an eigenvalue of Y transpose Y is an eigenvalue of YY transpose. Okay. Yes, Ravi, coming to that only. That is what we have to use here. So dekho, it does not have full rank. But what is the rank? Can you say? Suppose one of the option is talking about the rank. Okay, 2022 nahi hai, but exactly what is the rank? Can we find out? So now all rows are identical, guys. Because all rows are identical, just let me take more slide here. Right. So what I have got that all rows, sir, are identical, right? So what is the rank of the matrix? The rank is going to be 1, right? Rank is going to be 1. Clear hai? And also rank is one of the property of eigenvalue. Rank is also known as the number of non-zero eigenvalues. Rank is also known as the number of non-zero eigenvalues. That is 1. Okay. I have taught you this concept even in the marathon session. Okay, rank is number of non-zero eigenvalues, right? So, what are the eigenvalues, dear? What are the eigenvalues? Only one non-zero. Let's suppose lambda. Rest all are 0. Okay, rest all are 0, right? So, sum of eigenvalues is always equal to the trace of the matrix. Sum of eigenvalues is trace, and that one eigenvalue lambda is equal to trace. Now look at the trace, overall trace of the matrix. Sum of the diagonal elements. Sum of the diagonal elements matlab it is y1 square plus y2 square etc. up to y 2022 square, and that is nothing but magnitude mod y square. That is y transpose y. That is y transpose y. This is known as y transpose y. Okay, so yes, B is the correct answer. A and B are the correct answer. A and B are the correct answer. C and D are incorrect here. Okay, chalo. Done hai. All right, if this is done, next question waiting for you. What is the next question? Mechanical 2 marks here, right? Mechanical 2 marks question here. The system of linear equations is given by, okay, xy is equal to 2, 5 minus 2a, a1, and that is equal to 0, 0. This is equal to, sorry, hai na? Equal to nahi hai, this is just a product. Okay, so if you open up this, na, first row, first column, so you will get 2x plus ay is equal to 0. Okay, and then you have, acha, isko baad mein lete, forget this. What is the condition you have? Involves a real parameter a and has infinitely many kya hai condition? It has infinitely many non-trivial solution. What is the condition for non-trivial solution? The condition for non-trivial solution. The condition for non-trivial solution, modulus of a should be equal to 0. Modulus of a equal to 0 matlab 2, 5 minus 2a and a1 iska modulus 0 hona chahiye. So 2 minus 5a plus 2a square equal to 0. Solve karenge a ke liye to minus minus plus 5 root over plus minus root over b square minus 4ac 4 2 to 16 divided by 2 into 2. So what should be the a? 3. Okay, 5 plus minus 3 8. 8 by 4 2 and 5 minus 3 2. 2 by 4 1 by 2. So 2 and half. What should be the value of a? It is the 2 and half. What should be the value of a? It is equal to 2 and half. Which one or more amongst the following option is or are non-trivial solution? Okay, it has non-trivial solution, but what values of x and y are the non-trivial solutions? I have got you the value of a. Now, since I have got you the value of a, what are the equations? What are the equations. The equations are x into 2 plus a into y, right? That is 2x plus ay is equal to 0 and 5 minus 2ax plus y equal to 0. मतलब in one of the situation अगर हम a को value 2 ले लें पहले तो 2x plus 2y is 0 and a equal to 2 here, तो 5 minus 4 that is x plus y is equal to 0. One and the same thing, right? अगर a का value half ले लिया, so you get 2x plus half y is 0 and if you put half here, so that becomes 5 minus 1, 4x plus y is equal to 0. These two are again identical only. Because multiply the first equation by 2, you get 2x plus y equal to 0. Right? अब आप देखोगे, if you go to option by option, 2 and minus 2. Yes, 2 and minus 2 will satisfy here because x plus y will be 0, right? So option number A is satisfied here, right? Option number B, minus 1 and 4. X minus 1 and y 4, so minus 4 plus 4. Option number B is satisfied here. Right, 1 and 1 will not satisfy here. 1 plus 1 is not 0, 4 plus 1 is not 0, and 4 and minus 2. 4 minus 2 is not 0, 4 4 is 16, minus 2 is not 0. C and D do not satisfy. Okay. Correct. That is what it is. That is what it is. That is not 1 cross 1, Shiva. That is 1 cross 2. That is 1 cross 2. It's not a single element xy. Clear? Yes. So A and B satisfy and A and B are the non-trivial solutions here. Okay. ठीक है? Next question. Mechanical 2 marks again. Mechanical 2 marks again. So you are able to feel that many of the MSQs are linear algebra based. Many. Till now you have seen lots of MSQ from linear algebra. If A is a 3 cross 5 real matrix of rank 2 for the set of homogeneous equations, for the set of what? Homogeneous equation Ax equal to 0, where 0 is a 0 vector and x is a vector of unknown variable, which of the following is or are true? Which of the following is or are true? Will the system have unique solution? Okay. Ax equal to 0. What is the condition? Unique solution. The system has unique solution if rank of A is equal to what? Is equal to number of variables. Is equal to number of variables. Fourth itself. Fourth ko yoga mayur mechanical ka on the same day. Right? So mechanical is second half, 2:30 to 5:30. Analysis starts at 6 p.m. Analysis starts at 6 p.m. ठीक है? तो यहाँ देखना, rank of A is equal to number of variables. Okay. Right. What is the number of variables here? Number of variables here 3 cross 5 है ना? A is 3 cross 5. Now what does this 3 cross 5 means? That means it has the 3 rows and 5 columns. Columns represents the number of variables always. And rows means how many equations are there, right? So 3 means number of equations. 3 equations, that is why 3 rows, and every equation has 5 terms. That is why 5 columns will come. Okay, so number of variables 5 होना चाहिए, ठीक है? But यहाँ पे क्या given है आपको? Here the rank of the matrix is given to be 2, right? It is not equal to 5, so unique solution नहीं होगा. Okay, system will have a unique solution? No, it will not have a unique solution. Right. Next point to be discussed. The given set of equations will be satisfied by a zero vector. See, homogeneous system of equation is always satisfied by a zero vector of appropriate size. Size appropriate hona chahiye, definitely. It's a very logical thing. Okay. Yes, B is correct. A into 0 is 0. Every, not only this, every homogeneous system, whether it has unique solution or infinite solution, but 0 is always satisfied. 0 is a solution. Clear? The given set of equations will have infinitely many solutions. Yes, rank of 2 does not equal to full. Rank of A is not equal to number of variable. So it does not have unique solution. So it has infinite number of solutions. Correct? Unique nahi, so it has infinite solution. C is the correct answer. Okay. The given set of equations will have many, but a finite number of solutions. This is impossible for any type of linear system in the world, whether it is homogeneous or whether it is non-homogeneous. Clear? The system will have either one solution, or if it has more than one solution, it will be infinite. There is nothing like many. Many का मतलब infinite होता है. It will not have 10 solutions. It cannot have 20 solutions. It cannot have 40 solutions. No. So this is always and always wrong. Always and always wrong. So what are the correct options that is going to match here? What are the correct options that is going to match here? It is B as well as C. It is B and C is the correct answer here. B and C. Okay, just check out everybody. B and C, mechanical 2 marks question this was. Moving ahead to the next. Okay, civil 2 marks, calculus, very fundamental question for 2 marks. Calculus graph pe hai. Let max of A comma B denote the maximum of two real numbers A and B. Which of the following statement is or are true about the function fx is equal to max of 3 minus x, x minus 1. Okay. Max of 3 minus x or x minus 1. You are given two different functions. Okay, and you have to take the maxima of both. कर देते हैं इसको, समझते हैं एक बार. Okay, x minus 1. Okay, y equal to x minus 1. पहले इसकी बात करते हैं. Y equal to x minus 1 should be a straight line having a slope 1 and a y-intercept minus 1. Slope should be 1, y-intercept minus 1 से लेते हुए 1 unit का slope. Let's say this is the line. Okay, dear? Let's say this is the line, y-intercept being minus 1 and x equal to 1 also it will cut at x-axis. Okay, next is 3 minus x. Y-intercept plus 3, but the slope is minus 1. Slope is minus 1, it will be decreasing. Okay, y-intercept is 3. This is 2, this is 3. Y-intercept 3 because slope is minus 1, matlab magnitude of slope is 1, so it will cross 3 as well, and it will be a decreasing type of line. It will be a decreasing type of line. These are both the lines that I have given to you. Okay, this is known as y equal to 3 minus x. And this is known as the y equal to 1 minus x. Sorry, x minus 1. These are the two lines. Now, I want to consider the maximum of 2, sir. I want to consider the maximum of 2. Okay, now maximum, if you see for x less than 2, ye intersection point aa raha hai, x equal to 2. Right, and you can tally also. 3 minus x will be x minus 1. So 2x is 4. At x equal to 2 is the intersection. So definitely at x equal to 2 they intersect. Before them, ye wala line. Okay, whatever is above, that is the maxima. So that is 3 minus x. Let me highlight that for you. Okay, this is the maximum before the intersection point. Clear hai? But as soon as x equal to 2 is crossed, the other one, ये वाला जो line था ना, this now becomes more. Okay, this now becomes more. So you are eventually going to get a sort of V type of function, V-shaped function. Okay, this is what it is. This is what it is. So is it continuous in its domain? Yes, very clearly. It is continuous in the domain. There is no discontinuity point. There is only what? There is only a sharp point. What do we call this as? Sharp point. क्या बोलते हैं इसको? Sharp point. This is known as a sharp point, edge point, corner point. The function is continuous but not differentiable. Okay. So at any sharp point, function is continuous but not differentiable. At all other points, the function is continuous differentiable. Here also it is continuous but not differentiable. So it is differentiable kya? No, differentiability fails. At x equal to 2, whether it has a local minima or local maxima, it is very clearly seen that this is representing a minima point. So B is also correct. C is incorrect. Maxima nahi hoga. Okay, and differentiable nahi hoga. Done hai? So A and B correct answer for this 2 marks question. Done hai? Correct. ठीक है, अच्छा हो जाएगा मयूर आपका भी. डोंट वरी. ओके, जस्ट डोंट टेक स्ट्रेस. एकदम बिल्कुल चले जाओ. Why minima? Look into this. Na? This is, if you look into a local region, local means when I take a specific portion. Okay, in that specific portion, isn't it the minimum possible value? Isn't it the minimum possible value? Yes or no, Ravi? It is a minimum possible value in this local region. In this local region. There is no value below it. Okay, and that is exactly at x equal to 2. That is exactly at x equal to 2. Civil 2 marks. ठीक है, चलते हैं. Mechanical 1 mark. Mechanical 1 mark. The velocity field in the fluid is given to be 4xy I cap plus 2x square minus y square j cap. Okay, the velocity is one dimensional. Is it one dimensional? No. Okay, you take any points, you can prove also the path will be zigzag and it's clearly a two-dimensional function, so it is not 1D. Okay, it is not the 1D. ये clear हो जाता है. The flow is incompressible and the flow is irrotational. For that, we have to check the divergence. Okay, what is the divergence of V? Number 1, what is the divergence of V? Del dot V. What is the del dot V? Okay, del by del x of the x component plus del by del y of the y component. So that is known as del by del x लिया तो 4y plus del by del y लिया तो minus 4y, तो divergence is 0. So yes, it is incompressible. Yes, B is correct. It is incompressible. B is correct. Okay, and then when you want to take curl of V, that is also known as del cross V. That is known as del cross V, and we know the curl formula IJK del by del x, del by del y, and del by del z, and then you have 4xy twice of x square minus y square. Z component is 0 because it was two-dimensional. We have I cap 0, j cap del by del x 0, del by del z 4xy will be 0 plus k cap, but k cap के साथ del by del x लिया तो 4x minus del by del y of 4xy, तो 4x बच जाएगा. Y differentiation 1, 4x minus 4x also, all are 0. So yes, whenever the curl is 0, the vector is also said to be irrotational. Whenever the curl is 0, okay, right, the flow is irrotational. The acceleration experienced by a fluid particle is 0 at x equal to 0, at t equal to, at x equal to 0, y equal to 0. Now, ठीक है, पॉइंट आप लेटर पुट कर सकते हो. व्हाट यू हैव टू डू फॉर एक्सेलरेशन, यू हैव टू डिफरेंशिएट द वेलोसिटी, बट दैट इज विद रिस्पेक्ट टू टाइम एंड देयर इज नो टाइम डिपेंडेंसी गिवन हियर. Okay, so definitely whatever calculations turn up, answer is going to be 0 only. You can even differentiate, you know, du by dt, dv by dt करना है तो you may apply chain rule also because it's a xy function. Okay, it's a xy function. But चलो x equal ऐसा करके देखते हैं. What is v? I'll explain you something like this. 4xy I cap, डायरेक्ट x और y का रिलेशन आ रहा है, प्लस 2 x square minus y square j cap. चलो ये मान लेते हैं, ठीक है. Now what is the acceleration? We all know it is dv by dt, whereas v is given to you as a function of x and y. चलो, even if we want to apply the chain rule, okay, even if you want to apply the chain rule, how do you apply the chain rule here? Okay, how do you apply the chain rule here? X dv क्या होता है? X del v by del x, right? X del v by del x, correct. अब when you want to differentiate further with time, देखो total differentiation क्या बोलता है? How do you write down d phi, right? Del phi by del x into dx. अभी वो हमें देखना पड़ेगा कितना आएगा, ठीक है, प्लस del phi by del y into the dy. So same thing if I want to apply here as dv by dt. So what will you write down? It is going to be del v by del x into dx by dt, right? Sorry, पहले मैंने x लिख दिया था शायद. Then I have del v by del y into the dy by dt, okay. No, Shiva, coming to that also. Now have a look into this, ठीक है. So what is del v by del x? Okay, when you partially differentiate this with x, okay, when you partially differentiate this with x, okay, what is the term you are going to left with? Okay, del v by del x, and when you partially differentiate with y, वहां पे y का term बचने वाला है, but where is dx by dt and dy by dt? Okay, where is the dx by dt and dy by dt? Okay, so that will be just totally coming to be 0 only, na? That is totally going to come as 0 only. पार्टिकल जीरो नहीं है, नो नो, देयर इजंट एनी सच स्टेटमेंट मयूर, ठीक है। सो दैट इज व्हाट इट्स गोइंग टू टर्न अप टू बी, यहीं पे लिख देते हैं, दैट इज हाउ इट इज गोइंग टू टर्न अप टू बी जीरो, इज गोइंग टू टर्न अप टू बी जीरो। अच्छा, even if there is क्या होगा ना, some dx by dt and dy by dt, some displacement terms are given, x with respect to t, y with respect to t, maybe they can give also, but still when you check differentiation with x, dv by dx, तो क्या बचेगा 4y, and here you will get 4x, but eventually you have to put x and y 0 0 na at the origin. Similarly del v by del y, when you differentiate partially with y, तो 4x I cap and minus 4y j cap, put 0 0, you get 0 0. So at least I can say when you put 0 0, you are gonna get 0 confirm, and that is why D is also the correct answer. That is why D is also the correct answer. So B, C, D are the correct answers. B, C, D are the correct answers. Let us move ahead to the next question. EC 2022, 1 mark. Simple partial differential equation. तो consider the following partial differential equation. Solve नहीं करना है, बहुत simple है ये, and that is why it is 1 mark. Where a and b, a d2f by dx square plus b d2f by dy square equal to f, where a and b are distinct positive real numbers. Select the combinations of values of the real parameters x and h. No, this is zeta and eta, such that f is equal to e power zeta x plus eta y is the solution of the partial differential equation. What is the solution they are trying to give? The function is e raised to the power zeta x plus eta y. Okay, it should be a solution, na? So just have to satisfy it here. You just have to satisfy. So put down the del 2f by del x square. So what is the first derivative? See, I will call it as the notation fx, which we normally know as del f by del x. So when you differentiate exponential function, it will remain to be exponential function only, right? But by the chain rule, because we are differentiating with x, by the chain rule, when you differentiate zeta x, zeta will come. Eta into y, derivative with x will be 0. Similarly, dear fxx, that is the double derivative. That is known as what? The double derivative with x. And this is equal to, again exponential will remain exponential, but zeta again multiplied to total zeta square into e raised to the power zeta x plus eta y, and e power zeta x plus eta y is f, so zeta square into the function f. Okay. Similarly dear, very similarly, बिल्कुल यहाँ पे दोबारा से लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है, but when you are going to differentiate the function with y, exponential will remain exponential, eta will come. Again differentiate one more time eta, so it is going to be eta square, right? So fyy, that is going to be eta square into the function f. So what is the given partial differential equation? Dear, what is the given partial differential equation? The given partial differential equation is a fxx plus b fyy is equal to f. Now what is f double x? Is zeta square f. So a zeta square f plus b eta square f is equal to f. F to f got cancelled, so we have a zeta square plus b eta square should be equal to 1. A zeta square plus b eta square equal to the 1. Clear? Yes, comedy king. अब देखो, अगर ऑप्शन नंबर ए लेंगे तो zeta square will be 1/2a. चलो 1/1 क्विकली चेक करते जाते हैं. a zeta square 1/2a plus b, eta is 1/√2b, so eta square is 1/2b, right? And a to a cancel, half plus half, this is 1, correct, right? Option number b लेंगे तो 1/√a and 0, right? तो a zeta square is 1/a, eta को कर दिया है 0, right? तो a cancel, it is 1, so this is also correct. Option number c, zeta and eta both 0, right? So 0 plus 0 will be 0, so that is not the correct answer. Option number D, both 1/√a and 1/√b respectively. So zeta square करेंगे तो 1/a. Eta square is 1/b. b cancel, a cancel. 1 plus 1, this is equal to 2. So we don't want 2 also. So answer is A and B. What is the correct answer? It is the A and B, dear. Option number A, option number B. ठीक है. Okay, good, great Raghu. चलो बढ़िया. Option number A and option number B. Next, a question based on the series I'll tell you what all you need to solve this question. EC 2022 2 marks question. Consider the following series. Okay, the convergence that you study in series, and especially the similar type of conversions you study in the integrals as well. Okay, which of the following combinations of CD values does this series converge? For which of the following combinations of the CD value does the series converge? And option by option chalte hain yahan pe. Okay, let us go to the option number A. Okay, let us go to option number A. Now, option number A mein, this becomes the series summation of n equal to 1 to infinity n ki power d, that is n ki power minus 1 divided by c. C is 1, so 1 ki power n. 1 ki power n is 1. So you get summation n equal to 1 to infinity n inverse 1 upon n. Now, dear, what is that you need to know? Some important fundamentals here. That is, the first fundamental that you need to know is the P series concept. Okay, the P series, a series of the form summation n equal to summation 1 upon n ki power p, summation 1 upon n ki power p from n equal to 1 to infinity is known as a P series. Okay, this is convergent. This is convergent if p is greater than 1. It is convergent if p is greater than 1. It is only convergent if the p is greater than 1, dear. Okay, p has to be greater than 1 for convergence. Okay, so it is 1 upon n. What is the value of p? What is the value of p as per the P series concept? P equal to 1, so it is divergent. So this series will not converge. It is known as divergent, dear. Clear? It is known as divergent. Option number B. Right. Option number B. Right. Summation of n raised to the power d. D ka value 1 hai, and c is 2 ki power n. Right. So summation n equal to 1 to infinity. Now it is not P series case. It is simply summation n upon 2 ki power n from n equal to 1 to infinity. Let's say this is summation of some term which is known as un, where un is n upon 2 power n. Here what you apply is known as a ratio test. Okay, here what you apply, dear, is known as a ratio test. Okay, what is the ratio test? Okay, summation n equal to 1 to infinity of a term un is convergent if when you take the ratio un plus 1, that is the next term, upon un. Okay. Yes, Mayur. So un plus 1 upon un for n tending to infinity. For n tending to infinity. Okay, so when we go for higher values of n, okay, when we go for higher values of n, and when we compare the next term and the previous term, un plus 1 upon un, when we take the ratio, when we compare, okay, this should be coming out to be less than 1. This should be coming out to be the less than 1. Okay. Chalo. Yeah, these are general mathematical tools for all branches, Raghu. So here, this is the un. So when you take the ratio, na, u of n plus 1 divided by un, right? U of n plus 1 will be n plus 1 upon 2 ki power n plus 1 divided by un, n divided by 2 ki power n. So 2 ki power n cancel hoga. 1 by 2 will be left. 1 by 2 n plus 1 divided by n, or that is further equal to, sir, 1 by 2 n se cancel kar de, to 1 plus 1 by n. And when you put important n tending to infinity, dear, when you put n tending to infinity, so 1 upon infinity will be 0. You are left with only half. And which is less than 1. It clearly shows a converging relation. Yes, whenever this limit is less than 1, it is said to be convergent. So yes, B is convergent. At least B is convergent. Okay, now let's go to C and D. Let us go to C and D. What is the C term given? Summation n equal to 1 to infinity d n ki power d, and d is minus 10, right? N ki power minus 10 divided by c power n, and c is 0.5 ki power n. So rather reverse kar dete. 1 upon 0.5 ko 1 upon 0.5 can be written as 2. So summation 1 to infinity, 2 goes above, 2 power n divided by n power minus 10, bring to the denominator, it becomes the n power 10. Okay. So dear, what is the ratio this time? Okay, again it is not a P series category. What is the ratio? Un plus 1 upon un. Un plus 1 divided by un. And the un plus 1 divided by un will be equal to un plus 1 divided by un, 2 की power n plus 1 upon n plus 1 की power 10 whole divided by 2 raised to the power n divided by n raised to the power 10. ठीक है ना? Divided by n raised to the power n. So 2 will be left, 2 power n cancel, but 2 is still left, and then n goes above n upon n plus 1 की power 10, or we can further divide this. We can further divide this by n. So 1 upon 1 plus 1 by n. Internally n से divide किया. Now when I put n tending to infinity, 1 upon infinity will become 0. Right? 1 upon infinity is going to become 0. Okay, so this term is going to become how much? Twice of 1, and that is equal to 2. And because it is greater than 1, it is divergent. I told you in the ratio test, limit n tending to infinity, un plus 1 upon un should be less than 1. But here it is greater than 1. Okay, this has turned up to be 2, which is greater than 1. It is divergent. So C is divergent. We are left with only D. That is summation n equal to 1 to infinity. D में है n की power minus 2 divided by C is again 1. C 1 है तो 1 की power n. 1 की power n is just 1. So this is summation n equal to 1 to infinity 1 upon n square, and it is the P series case. 1 upon n की power P. This is a P series case. What is the value of P? Is 2, which is greater than 1. And for the convergence of the P series, P should be greater than 1. So yes, it is greater than 1. So this one is the convergent. So D option represents a convergent series. The D option represents a convergent series. The D option represents what? It represents a convergent series. Clear hai? The D option is a convergent series. Okay, done hai. B and D is the correct answer. B and D is known as the very correct answer. Clear, everybody? Okay, so you can take down these notes as well. P series and the ratio test. And notes kya? I'll share you this. I'll share you this stuff, है ना? I'll share you this in the Telegram. Immediately password भी बता देता हूँ. Right, I'll share you this in Telegram with the password protection. The password for the PDF is going to be series. The password is going to be series, and the password is going to be series, and this is what is the link of the Telegram. Okay, this is the link of the Telegram that you can join. Okay, the PDF will be available in this Telegram group with the password of series. Okay, all right guys, again quick update. That's it. These were the mathematics question, combined all branches. Okay, combined all branches. Okay, so we'll be live for the exam analysis on 4th and 5th Feb for the forenoon session at 1 p.m. and for the afternoon session at 6 p.m. Guys, do not forget to subscribe the channel in case you're not still subscribed. Okay, because, and not only exam analysis, after gate what to do. Okay, multiple things. What are the opportunities after gate? What you should target immediately after gate? Whether your gate has gone fantastic, whether your gate has gone not that great, what to do, what not to do, all of these things we are going to talk just after the exam. Just after the exam also. So stay subscribed, and guys, again let me update you that tonight one more session on YouTube from my side. That is tonight at 9 p.m. Tonight at 9 p.m. the Super 11, the top 11 expected questions of control system I'm bringing to you. Okay, on the same channel. Okay, control systems, 11 top expected super questions tonight at 9 p.m. Right, that's it. And you can also avail the GATE and ESC test series by the BYJU'S Exam Prep, which will give you full length test as well as subject test. The link of those tests is available in the description of the video. Okay, and those tests will cover more than 60 tests with the detailed mock analysis, including the virtual scientific calculator curated by GATE experts, including all India open mega mocks and more than 4,000 practice questions. That's it, guys. I hope you have got some insights about what was the level of MSQs in this particular in the GATE 2022. And again, let me tell you that majority of the MSQs were from linear algebra. Majority of the MSQs were from linear algebra, but almost every branch, actually every branch MSQs were there except electrical. Electrical, there were no MSQs from any topic, but it doesn't mean that you're not going to get MSQ from electrical. Next year, anything can happen. Okay, next year anything can happen. Yeah, it was a easy level only, but only thing is just to little bit give you that confidence I've given you, and definitely we can say that MSQ can be expected from the mathematics, guys. All right, guys. So for ECEEIN, let's meet night 9 p.m. with the control system session, right? Hello, guys. Bye bye. And stay safe, take care of yourself, keep preparing, and just don't worry much now. Don't study anything new. Take a just practice questions, random practice, and 1 or 2 tests is sufficient. No new topic. Okay, chalo, bye bye. Maths Marathon was taken in app, so you have to check on the app exactly. I don't know whether it is available or not, Prashant, but only app you have to search if it is there.